So my name is Robert Doyle. I'm a professor of biology here at Baylor. Actually, I came back to Baylor in 2001. I actually came to Baylor in the mid-1970s. Sight unseen from Brazil. I grew up in Brazil. My parents were Baptist missionaries. Baylor was just beginning to imagine a different Baylor with high research and graduate education. We only said Tier 1 behind closed doors, and I laughed when I first heard it, and I said there's no way that can happen in my lifetime, but I'm willing to invest my career helping to foster that. And when I came to Baylor, I asked the dean, what do you want me to do? And he said, we need some areas where we have some expertise and we can invest for the future as we move towards a higher level of research and graduate education. And so one of the first things we started talking about is how do we foster water science at Baylor? A close friend of mine, Tom Connery, was at the city of Waco at the time. And he and I got to talking and we said we should form a joint center between Baylor and the city of Waco. So we ended up with CRASR, the Center for Reservoir and Aquatic Systems Research. We started that in 2003 and immediately started thinking about how do we build CRASR. Dr. Thad Scott has taken over. Thad is a remarkable scientist. He is internationally known and exactly the kind of person we need to lead us into the future.
My name is Thad Scott. I'm a professor in the Department of Biology and I'm director of the Center for Reservoir and Aquatic Systems Research here at Baylor. And I'm from this part of the world, as you can probably tell by my accent. I grew up here, so this is coming home. And so it's great to be doing this type of work where I grew up. CRASR is a research center, so we exist to support research by our faculty, facilitate research for their graduate students, their postdocs, for their undergraduate students, and then importantly, because of the type of research, the type of disciplines that we support, we also have a pretty important education and outreach component. People who do research for CRASR have immediate, broader impacts because we are affecting the policy or the regulations or just the technology related to how people access water, how they relate to water, how they utilize water. Again, the Brazos River is just huge. It's a great resource for us here locally. We teach directly from it, and then we have research projects, especially comparative projects between the really large rivers, the Brazos River, the Colorado River that cuts through Austin, the Trinity River that cuts through Dallas and Fort Worth. It's a really great, just natural laboratory for us. We can go upstream and experience these really dry environments, get downstream and experience some pretty wet environments.
But the third was a science educator, someone who could help us communicate to the public the importance of aquatic research. Melissa Mullins has been in that position for a number of years and she is completely brilliant.
My name's Melissa Mullins and I work here at Baylor at the Aquatic Research Center. My Baylor story starts in 1993 and I came to Baylor to do my master's degree in environmental biology. And what really attracted me to come here is that Baylor has long had a really strong water program, and I wasn't exactly sure what research I wanted to do for my graduate degree, but I knew I wanted it to be in water. Water education is the main focus of my job, just teaching people about water and interacting with them. Everyone knows water is important, everyone knows it's critical, but interacting with them to ask them, do you know where your water comes from? When you turn on the tap, do you know how it gets to you? We have local partners, like the city of Waco is a major one in the Lake Waco wetlands.
The Lake Waco wetlands has been a remarkably productive partnership between Baylor and the city. We created a world-class facility out of the wetland called the BEAR facility, the Baylor Experimental Aquatic Research Facility. When we were creating the BEAR facility, the faculty that were here at the time said, Doyle, you are prohibited from naming this thing. You let us get called CRASR, and you may never name anything at Baylor again.
Also the Mayborn Museum here on campus, we do a lot with them through their Meet the Scientist program and Sikkim Science Day to help engage the community around water. We also work with local partners like Keep Waco Beautiful, they're currently in the Trash-Free Brazos initiative. They have a lot of initiatives to help keep our local water resources from being polluted.
So my name is Cadance Swearingen. I'm a senior environmental science major with a minor in biology, and I decided to transfer in because Baylor had more of a community that I was looking for. At my previous institution, I really lost God, and that's something that is so bountiful here. And within the first semester I was here, I joined the Matson Lab. That's kind of been my campus home for the past 3 years. Matson's also the staff member on our big Galapagos trip. So he started that now 3 years ago, and I was one of the 5 that was invited to go on the first year of that trip. Outside of college, collaboration is a necessity for scientists, so it's super important that we're teaching it now. So one thing I love about the department is academically, you're coming out of it really well-rounded. You're putting your hands in a lot of different fields when it comes to environmental science, a little bit of water quality, a little bit of toxicology, so you get to experience a lot.
My name is Richardson. Egyirifa. I'm from Ghana, and I'm an international student here offering PhD in biology. So I heard about Baylor through a conference that I attended last year at Houston. It was about the Gordon Research Conferences, and under the conference, I heard presentations from some of the professors at Baylor. So when I went back home, I read more about the school, the type of research that they do, and that helped me to reach out to some of the professors here. Basically, I think CRASR has also done a very great job because how these lunches come with people from individual and diverse backgrounds. So I made mention of people from the geoscience coming in, people from environmental science, people from different labs all coming in and giving these talks. It gives you a very wide range of understanding of what happens even outside my immediate research, and this would help foster collaborations between what I do in my lab and what these individuals are also doing.
My name is Kendall, Greer. I was a biology undergrad with Baylor, and then I graduated and went right in with environmental science now as a PhD grad student. When I think about standout moments or opportunities, the thing that comes to mind is when I studied abroad. So that was still when I was an undergrad. But I studied abroad in the Galapagos Islands, met Dr. Matson. I was able to do evolution, environmental science, ecology, toxicology, genetics, all of the things I wanted to do, and they all fit into that one lab, which was incredible because a lot of times when you start research or a lab, you have to really hone in on one specific subject. You have to try things to know if they're going to work or not. So just don't be afraid. It's not failure if you learn something, you know, it's discovering more about yourself and it's getting you further along on your path.
I'm Sara Coppellotti. I'm from Massachusetts, and so I am a first semester master's student currently, but I did my undergrad at Baylor. I found Dr. Scott and I remembered that I took Bio 2 with him and he had mentioned having a lab. And so I started as a undergraduate research assistant in his lab. CRASR has allowed me a lot of opportunity to learn a lot of laboratory procedures and get a lot of experience field sampling as well. As an undergraduate, getting the opportunity to present research at a conference, surrounded by scientists that are known from all over the world, but I ended up having so much fun in his lab and learning so much that I was like, I could do this for the rest of my life.
We're not going to change the view of the importance of the environment from the top down. We're going to change it from the bottom up.